Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I waited for the weather to improve and for the sun to come out to be able to make a good quality video for you guys, but yesterday the weather was not good. It was raining, it was dark, and almost the same today, as you can see it through that window. But anyway, I decided to film to continue my houseplant tour. So we are in the corridor. Um, this space do not have any windows. That's why I do not have a lot of plants here, because the only light that gets into this space is through that door. That's the bathroom door. That's why we leave the door open all the time. And on a very sunny, bright day, we get flood bright light through this door, and through this door, the bathroom, no, the bedroom door. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my plants to you. So this is my Dracaena marginata, and when we first brought it home, it was barely that tall, with a few leaves that was deep down in the soil. And after 4 years, that's how it looks now. And I regretted chopping the leaves during the summer when I repotted this and merged it with lots of plants in a big container. It takes a lot of energy for a plant to produce new leaves and new roots, but I think it's doing very well. It's growing okay, I think. And over here is my Dracaena compacta, sometimes known as Dracaena Janet Craig. And then I have another small spider plant from my father-in-law, and it's new as well, so it's just trying to establish its growth. And I have another propagated pothos. So that's about it in this area, and we will walk into the bathroom. So this is my east facing window, and we are supposed to get a direct sunlight in the early morning, and luckily we have a building in front of us and two buildings on both sides. That's why I don't keep a lot of plants here, because winter time is harsh. We do not get a lot of natural light in, so I'll start with this corner here, and that's my satin pothos. It was in a bad shape when I first got it. It had 3 long stems with small leaves with the short leaf stalks and a few tiny leaves. So I chopped it down and it's growing very well. And over here is propagated pothos. And in that corner, I chopped off some pothos from my big one, and I don't think it is a good idea to propagate pothos in the winter time, because the stem begins to rot, and sometimes it can develop roots, but very small percentage that it's gonna happen. And onto this corner, I killed my air plant that was in there. So I made this. This was given to me by my father-in-law, and that burnt piece I picked up from the park, and I just glued it up together. And I had an air plant that was in here, but then I moved it to the windowsill. I placed it right on top of a cold tiled floor, and it just gets mushy after a week. So I hope that one will survive. That's my another air plant, and that's sitting on crushed glass, a twig, and some stones. Ooh, it needs a good dusting. So this is the baby Monstera deliciosa that I took off from my big pot of Monstera deliciosa that is in our living room. And over here is my Sansevieria trifasciata, and wedge between the wall and the stand of my sink is a Dracaena plant, the variegated bamboo plant, lucky bamboo, and a propagated Spanish moss. And then moving on, we have this Camedora elegans, the palm tree. I got it for my birthday 2 years ago. And it was this small, and I did not know what to do with it. I tried it on the windowsill, but it lost all of the leaves, and I moved it here, and it's flourishing. And yeah, so over here on top we have the propagated Spanish moss, my 3-year-old Boston fern. It was on that corner during the summertime. It was getting enough bright light, but then when winter time comes, it struggled. That's why I moved it onto this space here, and then I beginning to get this dried leaves, so I decided to put it on a hanger macrame, and hopefully it will have a good growth the remaining of the winter. And then my let's start with this one. I can't remember what is this. I have a mental blackout. So this is a Haworthia. A Haworthia, and it is on the a yogurt, another yogurt pot. That's my favorite non-dairy yogurt, but it's difficult to find this brand in a supermarket, and it's very fleshy. I do not know what variety of Haworthia is this. And another Haworthia, I think this is the Haworthia zebrina, or zebra plant. And then a struggling orchid, which I took from the mother plant, and I'm gonna see how it's gonna go. It doesn't seem to be doing any significant growth, but I will wait. And then another mini phalaenopsis. And over here is another Haworthia. This one I noticed that every time I put it in the bright light, it turns purplish, almost black. So I don't know if it's going to survive. It doesn't seem to like bright light or direct. I know it doesn't like direct sunlight. And the Gasteria. And I believe this belongs to the Codium family. And this one suffered from drought when I was busy during the holiday season, and some of the leaves fell off. You can really tell that my windowsill needs a good dusting. And then my Spanish moss. And let me just show you this. It looks a bit dark. Let me just take it off. So that's an old net piece, and I just attached the Spanish moss into it. And then another propagated Spanish moss that I think I will give to my friends. So that's all in this area. And the next one that I will do in a separate video is our bedroom. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.